What's up, YouTube? Jeff back again today. The very exciting Samsung video for you guys. And today, finally, the day that a lot of you have been waiting for, Samsung has brought the new version of LockStar, their lock screen editing suite for good lock, to One UI 7.0. And yes, now you can get widgets for any application that you want. You can place them freely anywhere you want. You can place the clock and resize it any way you want. There's a lot of other surprises as well. I'm sure I'll probably miss something, but I've been playing with it for about an hour and a half this morning. It just dropped last night. So I'm going to go through and show you guys what I found, what's new, the overall UI, and everything that you guys can do with LockStar now. So let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to remind you guys, check out our website, sammyguru.com. We cover all the latest Samsung news and updates you need to know about, plus reviews, tutorials, tips, and tricks in real time. We did cover this last night as it was breaking news as soon as Samsung pushed the update. It is not available everywhere. It's only available in Korea so far. We're pushing out, but it is on APK Mirror if you want to sideload it. Again, only sideload stuff if you know what you're doing, but it is worth mentioning that it is there. Sammy Guru Rewards is opening soon. The mystery box page is finally going down today. We shipped out the final S25 Ultra mystery box, but we will have free gifts available for anybody who purchased a Samsung phone. It just won't be in the mystery box format. It'll be more of a you know what you're going to get, like a pick your bundle. And then the mystery boxes will return for the Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7 launch in July. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter to know more about that. So this rolled out last night. Samsung's been saying that they did an overhaul of LockStar, version 7.0.00.14, compatible with all devices running One UI 7. So this is One UI 7 only. Like I said, it started rolling out in Korea, it looks like. It has not rolled out really in the US. I didn't have an update in the Galaxy Store, but I was able to sideload this. And as we said, it brings new things, which I'm going to show you today. Access LockStar directly from the lock screen editor, big improvement. Freely place the clock, music widget, notifications, and other stuff anywhere on the lock screen. It's a massive update for Galaxy users who love customizing their lock screen. So if you take a look here, you can see here, download LockStar from the Galaxy Store. If you tap on this, it's not going to work. You see how it says it's not available yet with this device, even though I actually already downloaded it. So you won't be able to download it probably in the US, but it should come out in the coming days, and the update will appear in the Galaxy Store and also in GoodLock. But I did get it from APK Mirror. Like I said, not encouraging anybody to sideload, but you can do that if you want. So I installed it. Navstar is the only one left that really needs One UI 7 support around the globe. It hasn't rolled out globally yet. HomeUp also got an update, and that's coming very soon. We'll talk about that. So if we go into LockStar, you can see here, we've got the various things. Although this is actually an old changelog from what I can see. There's really nothing new specifically about the new features here. These are kind of old features. It doesn't really tell you what they changed. Now you can still edit the AOD, but there are some problems with that. So let's go ahead and open this up. First of all, if you open it up directly from LockStar, it's going to take you directly to the lock screen editor. But if you go to your lock screen and you long press on the lock screen to do the shortcut editing, it'll also give you the LockStar menu right here. So LockStar, as I said before, is actually built into the default lock screen editor once you install it, which is a big improvement. So if we go through what you actually have in LockStar in the menu, you've got navigation could be better. The UI is not perfect. You can switch between the lock screen, which is these options, and the always on display at the bottom. So this is what you use to switch between editing, always on display, and the lock screen. It could be better, it could be more obvious, but I guess because they wanted to bake it into the default lock screen editor and not confuse people too much, some people may not want this level of control, they had to do it that way, which is fine. Okay, so here you've got your app widgets, favorite apps, stickers, help text, lock screen timeout, lock icon, reorder items. So now with app widgets, you can place all of your widgets from any applications, not just Samsung widgets, on your lock screen. Now, of course, if you just tap on add widgets here, you're going to notice that these are all just the stock Samsung apps, which is basically what you could do before from the stock lock screen editor. So LockStar enables you to do this for all apps. You can see I placed a Google Drive and a Google Keep Notes widget, two that are very simple, but something that I would definitely use a lot directly from the lock screen because I end up accessing files, uploading files, or also taking a note or retrieving a note from Google Keep fairly often. You can also, of course, if you tap on these, you can expand them to whatever size you want. You can see they can be freely placed. And unfortunately, the level of freedom you have here can be a bad thing because you can actually end up making your lock screen look kind of weird. You can make things overlap with the fingerprint scanner. which isn't necessarily a good thing, but you have complete control to resize these widgets and also change the transparency. You guys can see I tried to make them similar, but the keep and the drive widget have colors that clash kind of. Unfortunately, the drive and keep widgets have colors that clash with my current wallpaper. It's not so easy to edit that on the fly from here, so you just have to kind of deal with that depending on the palette colors that you have for those particular applications. Now, the widget settings, of course, you can like change your email addresses that are attached to these, Google Drive and Keep widgets from there directly. Moving along, you've got favorite apps. This allows you to enable this little toggle, which will bring up additional favorite apps. You can have them over here, expand it. You guys have seen me talk about that before. That's been there in the past on LockStar. It's not new, but you can move it around like you could before. You can also show it or not show the favorite apps there, depending on if you want them there or not. You've also got stickers, not a feature I would ever use, but you can download packs from the Galaxy Store. Right down here, you can find more. These are a bunch of suggested packs. Some of them are free, some of them are paid packs, so just keep that in mind. If you're a sticker fan though, that's something there that you can do. Help text, you can turn the help text on or off and change the transparency and color. There's your help text right down there. Now notice the help text cannot be moved anywhere, neither can the lock screen icon. Just like we've been able to in the past, you can change the lock screen icon. In fact, you can change it to any image you want by hitting the plus sign. However, you cannot move this one freely, reposition it, etc. That's one of the things that you can't move around using LockStar. So I personally like to leave the help text off. That's one of the things I've always liked about having the option in LockStar. Lock screen timeout, you can set this to the default or up to the maximum that you've set. Now the maximum value has to be set in the settings display. So if you only have it set to a maximum of 2 minutes, in there you won't be able to change things above that threshold here. So just keep that in mind. But you can now set that directly from LockStar. The lock icon we already showed you, and this, I haven't been able to figure this out. This gives you a little slider over here where you can reorder things, presumably reorder the widgets. But if you drag and drop it, it doesn't actually reorder it over here. So I actually can't figure this out. Maybe someone else can tell me. I've tried playing around with this and it doesn't seem to do anything for me. So I don't actually know. It doesn't seem to work. And then the always on display, here's where things get a little tricky. You've got app widgets, stickers, and reorder items. Maybe this works on the AOD. I haven't actually seen. It does not. Anyway, you've got app widgets, stickers, and reorder items. Obviously stickers, just for fun, I have one here that I downloaded. This is like a Samsung environmental deal. You could put this, and you can make this overlap if you want. Like you can put it up here, you can place it wherever you want. Now here's the thing though, if you switch back to the lock screen, anything you do on the AOD also right now proliferates onto the lock screen. Theoretically, these are separated because you should be able to have certain widgets that only live on the AOD. And for instance, this sticker, I should be able to have this live only on the AOD because that's where I placed it. But if I place it here, you can see it's also placed on the lock screen. And if we go back, let's actually just hit done. If we go back, you can see it's on the lock screen and on the AOD. Anything I change on the AOD also is getting changed on the lock screen. So if I delete this, of course, then it will also proliferate that change when I go back and I go, always on display, switch to the lock screen. Whatever I change on one is being changed on the other, which is not really what you would like to have be the case. So the styles, the clock styles are still pretty much, I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff here that's a lot different, at least from editing in here. Of course, you've also got other clock faces you can get from within GoodLock to expand the stock options. You can still make the clock larger, of course, all that kind of stuff. And here's another thing I noticed. You guys notice how I deleted the sticker there? And then once I deleted the sticker there, sometimes it will reset some of the other options I've had. So there's a couple bugs here with the new LockStar for sure. And the UI also isn't perfect. I think there's some things they could probably change, some things that could be changed. I mean, it's nice that you can freely place everything, but maybe theming the widgets a little bit better. I don't know how easy that would be to do. Automatically theming them with the color like of your clock or something like that. That might be a little tricky, but that might be asking for a lot. But definitely they could maybe revamp the UI a little bit better. And the reorder thing, I can't figure out why this doesn't work. And also you should be able to change things independently on the always on display versus the lock screen with this new version. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be some more features and bug fixes coming. Obviously, it hasn't even officially rolled out here in the US. I sideloaded this, but at least Samsung thinks it's ready for prime time, and it does look nice. Don't get me wrong, I like having widgets for any apps. That's definitely a big thing, and being able to place stuff wherever you want is obviously huge. But with great power comes great responsibility, because you can also do some weird things. Anyway, check out SamyGuru.com. Let me know what you guys think about the new LockStar. If you're able to play with it, again, only sideload if you know what you're doing, because people sideloaded something from one of the previous videos I made and they were upset they messed up something on their phone. I don't want you to mess up your phone, but that's why you should be careful when you sideload things, and while I'm giving that disclaimer. Check out Sammy Guru Rewards as well. Sign up for the newsletter. That'll be going live by the end of March, and we'll have mystery boxes again for the Flip 7 Fold 7 launch, so you're going to be buying those. Stay tuned as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.